if any of you, I don't know if you've used Google Docs, but Google Docs is an online document, like where you can just type, like, I can say, hello, my name is Kevin. You can see how good of a typer I am. But one of the things that's very interesting within Google Docs is, like, if you click on tools, they have what they call voice typing. And what this does is it opens up a microphone that's over here on the left. And the way this works is I click the microphone and then I can speak into it, and then I can click on it and turn it off. So if I click on this, I am looking forward to Thanksgiving and having a meal with my family, period. This can be a lot faster for me to type.
Great. So basically you're saying that there are a lot of accessibility options that you might not be considering when it comes to like the technology you already have.
Right. And like if you have a computer, there's a website called naturalreaders.com. And like this is an app where they have, you can open this up and click on software, and you can download a free version of this that will read it out loud. So that it's one of the nice apps that we work with. So so part of what I wanted to kind of describe, as far as like what we do for our services is that, like, exactly like what what David's initial question was, is like, what are there some apps that you can use to be able to convert audio into text, or things that can help you with reading or with organizing. And so part of my job is to be able to, is to try to figure out some of the different things. So I list on here some different things. Like one of the things I was going to get to was talking about the speech to text stuff down here, like where you can speak into the computer. Like we do a lot with audiobooks, or other books, where you can, some people just prefer to listen to a book rather than reading it on their own. A few things that I kind of also wanted to emphasize to you is that if you're having difficulty with organization and remembering things, one of the things I really like to do is to have people use cell phones if you have it. And the three types of apps that I really emphasize to people is using a calendar for reminders that need to take place at a specific time, and then just a general task app for just things that you need to remember to do, but they don't necessarily have to be done on a certain day or a certain time. And then notes where you can just be able to write down information that that you might need to forget. And these are I like to often use, like, whether you have like an Apple phone or an Android phone, there are calendars and tasks and notes that you can use that can help you get organized. And one of the things when I work with people that have had like brain injuries in the past is they just need to put something like on a calendar. And what I like about calendars is that people always have their phones with them or nearby. And then if you need to remember a doctor's appointment or you need to remember to take medication, you can put it in a calendar and then you can have it alert you at a certain time. Other things that I really like to do is have people use like a task app. Like if you have an iPhone, like there's a reminders app that you can use. And you can just remember, put down the 2 or 3, 4 things that you need to do today and just make sure that you do them. And so that you can, and then the thing that really helps people to be able to do that is if say you needed to go for a walk, is you schedule it on your calendar. It's like at 1 o'clock today, I'm going to walk. Or if I need to make a phone call, I schedule that on my calendar so that you do it exactly whenever you need to. And then for the notes things, this is just things that you typically forget. Like one of the things that I have on my phone is I have a notes where I often forget the alarm code for my work. Like where I go into the work, like I can do it every single day, but sometimes I gotta go in and I just really can't remember what my code was, especially if I haven't done it in a long time. And so it's nice to have like a little file on my computer that I can open up, tells me the steps that I need to do to set the alarm or not the alarm. You know, and that you can have, like, I'm sure lots of people have like notes that for like passwords or important phone numbers or medication that you're taking. And like, those are all things that are helpful. A few other kinds of apps that are nice is like you can have like a checklist app. There are apps that where as soon as you do something, like you can just mark it off. So this can be helpful if whatever you're doing requires like multiple steps, like so that you can just check it off, that make sure that you do each thing. So whenever you're doing it, you check it off that you do it. Or a lot of people are it's just really helpful to have a list, and you can just see that it gets crossed off like whenever you complete it. Most phones have an app that's a voice memo. So if you're someone that's struggling with writing or don't like to type on the keyboard or have trouble with spelling, you can just hit the microphone and just speak into a message. I can say, I need to call Daniel on Friday about the presentation, and then you can even just say it, and then you can listen to that recording later. And another thing that is kind of helpful are timers. That if you're a person that you're working on something and you tend to get distracted and lose interest, like maybe you set a timer where you work for 15 minutes, and in 15 minutes, like it pops up and with an alarm, then you can take a break, or you can set a timer for, I need a 5-minute break. And so you set a timer. So the last couple of slides I was going to share is there's a lot of smartwatches that are out there that are really helpful. They are kind of expensive, so that it's something to consider. But like the Apple Watch is really nice if you have an iPhone, because a lot of people that if you do use your calendar on your phone for notifications, like you can have it set up where like they can, like your phone, your watch will vibrate or ring whenever you have a reminder. So if you have something set up where you need to take medication in the afternoon, like you can set it on your phone, and that's nice as long as, like, if your phone isn't as long as you're holding your phone. But if your phone is in a drawer somewhere, it'll still like notify you on the watch, and you can do that. So it's also a good way that you can have your reminders, but you can use Siri on your Apple Watch to be able to create the reminders. You can say something like, call Daniel on Friday, and set an appointment for Daniel on Friday at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. Sorry, I won't call you that late. And so that can work. Or the Apple Watch can even help you find your phone if you're always losing your phone. And then the final one that I wanted to show you was an app. Hopefully you guys are familiar with it, but it's called the Best Suite by a company called Best Connections. And this was developed by the staff who are at Coastline College's Acquired Brain Injury program. And it's actually, the Best Suite is actually 4 different apps that are together. It's Pace My Day, Reach My Goals, Strategize My Life, and Complete My To-Dos. Let me switch this. Oops, I had it open and I just need to find it. So like this is an app where so the website is bestconnections.org, and they have an app that it only works on iPhone and iPad, but it's for $9.99, so for like $10. It's actually 4 different apps that are together, and the 4 apps are Pace My Day, Reach My Goals, Strategize My Life, and Complete My To-Dos. And one of the things that this does is like it kind of breaks down the different tasks depending on like whatever you're having trouble with. So the very basic one is this one down here, down here on the bottom right, that says Complete My To-Dos. These are just things that you need to be able to do, and you can set a start time and a start end time to be able to do your list. But the other things that are kind of nice about it is these apps all work together. So if you have Pace My Day, it has some questions when you open it up, and it says, well, how am I feeling today? So like you might have a day where you maybe didn't sleep so well last night. So you don't have a lot of energy. So if one of your to-dos list is to read some things like for a class or some important information, you might not have the energy or the brain power, the concentration to be able to focus on that. But maybe one of your other tasks is to go get your car washed or to go for a walk. And like those are things that like you have energy for, or conversely, like maybe you wake up and you do the survey and you have a lot of energy. Maybe that's the time that you tackle, a hard writing assignment, or you work on something that's, like work on your resume or things like that. So these apps are really kind of nice. If you guys, like, I don't know if we have a whole lot of time to be able to go through this right now, but I could definitely, maybe if we have time at the end, or if you guys set up a time, I can try to walk you through some of these apps later. But I'm going to kind of jump back to our presentation just to kind of finish up, and then we can take some more questions at the end.
Awesome.